Well, Lauren, let me preface this for the audience here and say that if you've never been to laurenfix.com to check out Lauren's videos, her tips, her thoughts on cars, everything from driverless cars to emissions to car repairs, you might want to check that out while we're doing today's episode. So, Lauren, why is a change in seasons a good time to tune up our cars?
Well, no matter where you live in the country, you notice there's been a lot of road construction. And because of that, there's potholes as we try to avoid it all till the roads get repaired. And, of course, the summer does take a serious toll on your engine. So I always give 4 C's for fall car care because October is Car Care Month. And that first one is check. So you want to check all those fluids in your car. And people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. Well, you know that little book in your glove box underneath all the napkins and ketchup packs? Yeah, take the plastic off that book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been inside some people's glove boxes. And inside is a service schedule. That service schedule tells you when to get your oil changed. It also tells you what kind of oil. So you may not do it yourself, and that's fine. But no matter who does it for you, you want to know what kind of oil, because they're going to ask you, do you want the good, better, or best? Do you want like regular, a blend, or a full synthetic? I always recommend a full synthetic oil. It's better for emissions. It lowers your emissions. It's better for fuel economy and the life of your engine, especially if you've got a lot of miles on it and you're going to keep that vehicle. So one of the things I tell people, whether you go to a quick oil change place, you do it yourself, wherever it is, I bring a filter with me. So you can go to your favorite auto parts store, and I buy the Purelator Boss. Now, inside this filter is some really cool technology. It's smart fusion technology that can filter out over 99% of the dirt inside these filters. The thing is, it's designed for synthetic oil, and you may think, well, I've got a Honda Civic, so I'm not going to need it, or a Kia Rio. Well, you'd probably be surprised. Most of these cars use full synthetic oil. So you want to make sure to get the right filter, because otherwise you're going to give you whatever filter's on the counter, and it's not designed to be used with full synthetic. So I bring it with me, and right there on the counter, that's what I need. So that's your first C. Now,
Awesome.
The second C is check. Check your that's change, but you want to check your tire pressure once a month. Use the number inside your driver's door. That is the correct tire pressure for your car. Use a digital tire pressure gauge. It'll give you the right number. Especially if you got to check, those little TPMS, they're called tire pressure monitoring lights that kick on. Check your tire pressure once a month. You'll know. And when you look at the tire, you don't have to be a tire expert, but if it's worn and you need new tires, now is the time to look for them. Now, we all know DieHard for their quality batteries, but now they're making tires. So you can go to any Sears Auto Center and get DieHard Silver Touring all-season tires. These are good for 70,000 miles. That's awesome. You may never need to buy another set of tires for your vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
and they're
so
quiet, they have good ride, good traction, they're a great tire. So when you're looking at tires, you're like, I don't know, this is so confusing. It's easy to just get it done in one spot. So the idea is that you change to a new set of tires, and while you're there, you can pick up all your parts for an emergency kit. You can make your own emergency kit. The idea is that either you have jumper cables or you use a jump starter. And you can get jump starters like these at any auto parts store. And then, of course, tire inflation product, which is great because a lot of people don't know how to change a flat tire. They're like, I'd rather do public speaking before learning how to change. That's okay. And some of us have disabilities or reasons that you can't. And if that's the case, a tire inflation product is a good, reliable thing to put in your emergency kit. First aid kit, a cell phone charging cable should be there all the time. Because I can't tell you how many times people go, oh man, do you have a cord? I'm out. Everybody's out. We live tethered to batteries on phones. So I always tell people, bring that cord, leave it in the car at all times. Of course, hand warmers, foot warmers, ice scraper, snow brush, and then anything that you would need, a handful of protein bars. And if I'm going on a long trip, I'll even take some medication that I would need with me just because I think I'll be back tonight in time, but what if something happens? You don't want to get stuck on the side of the road. And then the best thing is to carry a roll of paper towel, which everybody has, and some glass cleaner. And you can put all that in a duffel bag and either put it behind the seat or in the back. The thing is you want to see and be seen. So that means clean off your windshield, clean off your headlights, your taillights on a regular basis. Because if you can't see clearly and the sun is glaring against it, and boy, I try using the wiper blades and it's just not doing the job. That's why you need to change these things and be on top of them, because it can be expensive if you're stuck on the side of the road because you're at the liberty of the tow truck driver and where they decide to take you.
Yeah. Well, Lauren, these tips have been fascinating so far, and I must say that it's more than I've ever learned in my driver's ed class as far as vehicle maintenance and prep.
Well, that's what my daughter's name is Shelby after the cars, and her and I are writing a book right now called 101 Things Driver's Ed Did Not Teach You. And let me tell you, there's well more than 101 of them. It's crazy. Our list is so long, it's unbelievable.
101 is very modest.
Yes, it is. We started making the list. We're like, whoa, they only teach you how to pass the test. That's why that's why I have this website. We've been doing this for over 30 years, just helping people make good choices on buying new cars. And I have cars all the way back into the early 2000s. So if you're looking at a used car, I probably have reviewed it. And it doesn't have to be a Bugatti because I don't review those. I review cars that you would want to buy, normal vehicles.
Yeah, and for our listening audience here, we've got car coach Lauren Fix, who's been working on cars since the age of 10. So she knows a thing or two about a thing or two relating to your vehicles.
Well,
Lauren,
thank you.
Where should we start for our fall tune-up?
Well, the first thing is find an ASE certified technician. ASE stands for Automotive Service Excellence. I am an ASE certified technician. They have a gear on their sleeve, the ladies or the men, or a gear outside the facility. So whether you go to Sears to get the work done, you want to go to your dealer or your favorite local mechanic, you got to create a relationship with them because they're going to help you. But don't ever buy anything unless it says in your service schedule you need it or something's broken. Because if you got a check engine light or you got a problem, you need to get on top of that now. I always say you can pay me now or you can pay me later, because that $200 brake job from that squeal that you ignored will be a $2,000 brake job if you wait a month or two.
Yeah, and Lauren, so true. I've got two shops near me that I frequent, and actually one is my Sears Auto. And it's funny, when you have a relationship with your mechanic, they'll shoot it to you straight. And
yes.
You have, I know that when you go to the car repair shop, there's a huge anxiety about, are they stiffing me on the bill? Are they giving me things that I don't know, or that I don't need, rather? Mm-hmm. But when you have a relationship with your provider, you get a little bit more of a greater sense of peace.
Right. They should say, hey, here's green light. This is all great, but here's a yellow light. You might want to know that you're going to need an exhaust system or something, just so you know whatever it is, a clutch, if you're driving a manual, whatever it might be. You're going to need brake pads, so you kind of know I can start saving toward that bill that's coming. And the red light is this stuff needs to be taken care of today. You need tires, you need your oil change. You're way overdue. Don't wait till you're overdue, because if you keep the vehicle for a long period of time, you're going to get a more expensive bill because you're actually damaging the motor. And so you don't want to do that. If it's bearings or bushings or tie rod ends or whatever it might be, don't wait and go, I'll get to it. Those are the things that leave you on the side of the road, and they leave you with a very expensive bill.
Yes, and you mentioned a very key thing, saving for car repair expenses.
Yeah.
That's something that catches us off guard.
I always say $5 or $10 a week, just put it somewhere, whether it's in an envelope that you hide somewhere, or you put it in a savings account or a separate checking account, or whatever. Everyone has their thing. But make sure that money's aside, because to buy those warranties are not necessarily a good deal. I always tell people don't waste your money, because you'd be paying out every month quite a bit of money and you don't know where it's going to go. If you put $5 or $10 a week into a wallet and you need tires, you go, I got that. Here's the money, done.
Yeah.
And it's not such a burden where you're like, where am I going to come up with the money? I need 4 tires and it's going to snow. And you start getting that panic mode. Can I borrow money from my mom or something? You don't want to have to do that.
Right. So Laura, let's talk about tips for while we're actually on the road. What can we do to ensure safe driving?
Well, the key thing is to plan in advance. And there's still construction underway until the snow starts to fly. So keep that in mind. So if you've got a road construction, you might want to reroute. So you can do your homework online by going to, either the website for your state or your local website, find out where there's construction, and try to avoid that, especially during the middle of the day. If you're going to make a longer trip, you're going somewhere, maybe you're showing your kids colleges. We usually like to travel late in the day when all the big trucks have kind of called it a night. You want to go through where you can get as much, not hit rush hour. Rush hour in a lot of cities is terrible. Some cities it isn't too bad. But if you're doing that college road trip, you're going to see grandma, you got all the holidays coming up, your kids are going back and forth. If you've got kids that are in soccer and travel hockey and all that, you're going to be everywhere. So make sure to plan your route in advance, just like you would at any vacation. You'd plan your hotel, maybe airfare in this case, always plan in advance.
Yeah, I'm in the D.C. metro area, and
Oh, yeah.
the Beltway's always bad. Always, always.
Right. Sometimes surface roads are quicker, and I know
Yeah.
when I'm in DC that I always try to get there before rush hour, in the middle of the day, or after rush hour, because in the middle of rush hour you're going to be sitting for a long time in traffic.
Absolutely. Again, this is Lauren Fix, and you can check her website, laurenfix.com. We're coming to the close here, but I wanted to ask, where can we go for more car maintenance tips?
Well, you can even go for car review information and everything on my website, which is laurenfix.com. And at the top, there's a little link. You can go to the article of all the things we've talked about. In addition, sign up for that free newsletter, and you can follow me on Twitter at laurenfix. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Tumblr and Facebook. We love followers, and we love your comments, so feel free to keep talking to us, and we'll talk back to you and keep you safe on the road.
Awesome. Lauren, before I let you go, I want to say it's been a great time chatting with you today. Hope to have you on the show again soon. Your parting thought, what's your dream car?
Well, overall, gee, there's nothing like a Ferrari short wheelbase, but it comes at a $34 million price tag. It's not going to work in the financial department on that.
Dream big, Lauren, dream big. Go for it.
I'd love to have it. I'd clear a spot in my garage for it.
Great. Lauren Fix, again, great time today, and thanks for joining me on the Business, Life, and Coffee Show.
Thank you, Joey.